you did what? But that's not her character. So I'm a bit like, where has this come from? Because you are not that child.
I don't care if you fucked up. That's fine. If you're gonna tell me about it, it's okay to make mistakes. That's okay.
Absolutely.
But for me to then go and lie for my child,
you really think I would have told my mum and dad that? My mum and dad will fucking it'll give me the right biggest bollocking. But I didn't tell them that. I didn't tell my mum and dad about that till I was about in my 20s.
I'm gonna think, fuck off. Why should I listen to you? You don't know what you're fucking talking about.
Yeah.
Because they're so. Even though we feel so close to our kids, when they grow up, they almost feel so distant. They see us as aliens.
Yeah.
They don't think, So you're only gonna go and do it again, but you just make sure next time you don't let them find out.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh shit, they're gonna take my phone off me. Not, oh shit, I'm gonna get black curly teeth.
Brains on the go, but we run a show. Welcome to Slay ADHD Mums.
Welcome to Slay ADHD Mums. This podcast is not just for the mums or the ADHD diagnosed. This is for the boys, the girls, the they, the thems, the gays, the straights, the mass and the femmes. And just for a disclaimer,
we are not parenting advice, we're not life advice, we're not medical advice, we're just talking our own experience.
Yes, we are. So it's been a week this week, hasn't it?
It has been.
So Sam and I, for anyone that didn't know, we both started our medication in the same week. I was 3 days ahead of you, I think.
Yeah, I think it was like
something like that, 3-4 days ahead. How's it been for you, mate? Let's talk.
I mean, from obviously hearing of what you said for the first couple of days, how you was like really quite emotional, I thought I was a little bit prepared that I was going to feel emotional. I thought if G's been emotional 100%, I'm probably going to be very similar. But I was not prepared for that level of emotion.
What are you on again? Just to explain what you're on.
Evlans.
What milligram?
Evlans.
Yeah.
That one. 30 milligram. I decided, I was like, I'm not going to take it on the Friday because I know I'm at work and I don't know how I'm going to be. So glad that I made that decision because I was an absolute wreck on the Saturday. I didn't sleep Friday night because I had anxiety about taking it, like how am I going to feel? Then when I took it after an hour, it was wild. It was literally, my dad gave a great analogy and he said it's almost like, imagine like a kid's Etch-a-Sketcher. It's got loads of scribbles on and then you just swipe it and it's blank. And I was like, that is the best analogy I could use of how my brain felt. And then I was just so emotional and I just had a complete melt because I was like, I don't know what to do with myself. It's too quiet. I'm not used to this. And I did a U. When we did a tip run, there was a song playing. I burst into tears again and my sister's like, what's the matter? Like, and I was like, I feel like I'm hearing music for the first time because, like you know as well, and it's exactly the same as what you said to me. Like, you listen to a song normally, and there's 3 other songs playing in your head. You've got an argument in your head. At this side, there's a debate over this side. You've got a shopping list or a list of to-dos that's never ending, all going on. And then all of a sudden, I've taken this tablet, and within an hour, then I'm like, I can only hear that one song. Like, it's crazy. But I really, what I found horrible, the jitters.
Same.
Horrific. I was like, I'm struggling to deal with this.
Horrible.
The jitters, the dry mouth was up. I mean, hence the big bottle of water. I still got dry mouth now. It's probably not as bad as what it was the first few days. Absolute dry mouth to fuck. There was I'd have a massive drink of water and then literally, like I'm drinking the water and then I'm like, like it's awful. The headaches. I had headaches. I woke up on Sunday morning like somebody just ran me over. And the jaw clenching. Yeah, oh
same.
My God.
My jaw. Oh my God.
But I got really paranoid with that. Like, we nipped to Starbucks and Mum was like, do you want a coffee? And I'm like, I ain't drinking. I daren't touch coffee, especially not on the first day of taking them. So I've kind of like almost cut caffeine out. I feel like I daren't drink it. But I was in there and I could feel my jaw like I was like that. And I was like, I am so paranoid. And then I started crying again. My mum was like, do you want to go back to the car a minute? I was like, I'm fine. I'm just really... It's a lot, isn't it?
It's a lot. It's a lot. And I think as well, it's the perseverance. Like, you want to give up. Like, with mine.
Yeah.
So I'm on Medicanet.
Yeah.
First 2 days, I was like, this is fucking insane. Like, this is bliss. I quite enjoyed the quietness where you struggled with it. But I enjoyed it because I was like, whoa, this is amazing. But then beyond that, a few days later, on day 3 to probably 8 or 9, I was so emotional. The headaches, I kept getting really bad, like shoulder pain, neck tension, my jaw. I was really struggling with my emotions. I just felt really low, really tired. I was really suffering with my headaches. I didn't want to eat. But then I found when it weared off in the evening, I wanted to binge. So it weared off in the evening. I was like, right, but I don't have a sweet tooth. But I just wanted sweet stuff.
I must admit, it's getting to an evening, like you say, because it's wore off. I'm like, oh, God.
It was like yesterday. My sister, it got to about 12:30. I'd not eaten anything. My sister gave me a bacon cob that she picked up. And I was eating it and I was like, you know, are you chewing it? And you're like, like, I don't really want this. But then I found later in the evening, I had fucking 2 jam donuts, a chocolate bar. Do you know what I mean? And some beans on toast. Like,
see, do you know, food-wise, I felt for the first, like the Saturday and the Sunday, and probably the Monday, I felt like it suppressed my appetite. I don't feel like it suppressed my appetite anymore, which I'm not bothered about. Like, I'd rather be eating than not be eating. But I kind of feel like that bit of it for me at the moment is almost like subsided. But I'm not eating more or anything. I'm just eating normal. But I'm like getting like last night, I fell asleep on the sofa. I've gone to go to bed, and because we'd been at my sister's yesterday for a bit of party food for my niece's birthday, obviously we took a doggy plate home with us. So I fell asleep, I woke up and I've gone straight into the kitchen, took the foot off, I'm like, wolfing it all down. I thought, you fat fuck. You fat fuck.
But as long as you're eating, like, I think, and I think that first week, letting it kick in, there was so many times I thought, I don't want to do this anymore. But I'm glad I did, because I'm on week 2. I've upped my dose, so I went from 10 milligram on week 1 to 20 milligram on week 2.
How does, obviously because yours is a different medication, how does yours work with dose-wise? Because obviously you've started on a much lower dose, and I know obviously it's different doses for different, which of the specific medication. How's it work on
week 1, 10 milligram, week 2, 20, week 3, 30, week 4, 40, and then it's and then I have an appointment and have a look at what's been best for me. But I'm on 20 at the minute. I feel okay. I feel calmer. I don't feel loads different to how I was before. The jitters get me in the afternoon.
Do they?
I can feel my heart palpitating.
Has that been since you've upped your dose? Like, do you know when you was on 10 milligram, did it kind of subside and then it's come back again when you've upped it?
No, not really. I think I've had that from the start. It's just got a little bit worse since I upped my dose. But I'm still persevering, like taking it every morning with a bowl of cereal now, so I know to eat in the morning.
See, I find like, and I do feel better, but fuck me, come 1 o'clock every day, I'm fucked. I am like burnout.
So there's another medication that you can have that my friend's on, which you'll talk about in your appointment, but you can have a split dose. So let's say the 30, I don't know how it works, so don't quote me on this, but you basically have half in the morning and then half early afternoon, so you don't get that crash. That's something you should probably mention, because that might work better for you.
Again, like I said, I'm absolutely going to persevere with it, because I can feel the difference. I do feel a lot calmer, and you know, I do feel more focused. But I am noticed, like, come 1 o'clock, I'm absolutely crashing, and it's almost like I'm crashing for a good few hours, and then I'm less burnt out, if you like. It's almost like I'm burning out, probably say from like 1 till 3,
and then you just go back up
and
again.
then I'm starting to go back up again. So I don't know whether maybe they will do that with me. I don't know. That's the whole point, isn't it? They see if the medication's right for you, then it's sorting the dose. And
we've had a few comments actually about the titration period. Which I just wanted to.
On that,
we have had quite a few. on the medication, a few people have said, like, where is it? A few people have said that they're really scared about taking it.
Yeah, I get that. Completely get that.
Someone said, please don't give up. The side effects will subside.
Yeah.
Someone else has said, same as me on Concerta. I'm in week 3, not emotional, but jaw ache, concentration still shit, and I feel knackered and I can't sleep. Someone said, I take Elvance. The first week I had quite a few headaches and symptoms.
Yeah.
They all went away and now I feel great. Now my body is adjusted.
Yeah.
A lot of people, I'm on day 10 of Medicanet and day 5 of 20 milligram.
That's what you're on, isn't it?
That's what I'm on, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't had any physical side effects. Concentration and impulsivity hasn't changed, but my head is quieter and sometimes I can actually stop thinking.
Yeah.
So I think it's really good for anyone that doesn't follow us. We do have an Instagram and a TikTok where we do post about our experiences in the titration period, and we do have a lot of comments, and we've built a nice little community so far.
It is nice, isn't it? And I always love to see the comments where people
comment
about their experience, because you know, at the end of the day, we're also learning as we go along.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I think it's great when, you know, if other people, and I think it's what I love is that we are so brutally honest with it.
Always.
To put it out there so people can actually see the realism of it. Like, you know, like obviously you did your video on day 2. I, on day 1, couldn't bring myself to do a video because I just couldn't stop crying.
Yeah, we actually was meant to film last week, weren't we?
Yeah,
we cancelled because
we
was both just so not with it.
No, and you've got.
But look at us now.
Yeah,
like it's important to persevere with this.
It's important to give yourself that time as well, isn't it? And be kind to yourself and go, okay, yeah, we was meant to film, but I'm not feeling it. You're not feeling it. You know, and that's absolutely okay. Do you know what I mean?
So if anybody wants to ask us any questions, or next week, obviously we'll come back to this and we'll make sure that we keep documenting and see where we're at.
Each one,
but
and
for
see
now,
where we're at.
Today we're feeling good.
I'm feeling all right. It's not
feeling
hit 1
good.
o'clock yet. We're doing all right. We've got about 2 hours left.
We're doing all right. So you've had a bit of a sticky one with little one this week, haven't you?
Oh my
the little
God.
thief. What happened there?
Honestly, I was fuming with her. So I picked her up on Friday. I finished work, picked her up from kids club, and she come out. She's got this little squishy octopus thing, whatever it was, and she said, "Oh, mummy, we did a quiz yesterday, and me and I'm not going to name the other child, like one of her friends, her and a friend won this quiz, so they got to go and pick a prize out of this book." I was like, "Oh, darling, that's amazing, well done." I thought, "Oh, brilliant," and she was in a right good mood, and then she started chuckling, and she said to me, and then guess what I did? I was like, what? She said, so I asked my teacher if I could go and swap it, and I sneakily took another one because one of her other friends wanted one. And honestly, like when she said it, I'm like, you did what? But that's not her character. So I'm a bit like, where has this come from? Because you are not that child. Like, we've been to like our friends' houses before, and if she's had like, I remember once she had a dungaree dress on, she was playing with my friend's daughter's toys. One of the toys, because she puts everything in a pocket, we got home and she burst into tears because it was in a pocket, and she was like, oh my God, she's gonna think. So I was like, for you to intentionally do that, what is going on? And so I said to her, I said, Lily, did this other girl who she's given it to, did she ask you to do that, or did you think to do that? And she said, oh no, she asked me. And I'm like, right. And I was like, so what exactly did she say? And so this other little girl had said to her, can you go and ask the teacher if you can swap it and then just sneakily get another one so I can have one?
So what did you do?
So obviously Littleton goes and does it, and I was like, if she told you, and I said to her, it's like, you do realise that's stealing? And she looked at me, and then her face dropped. I thought, yeah, we'll drop, you little shit, because I'm raging with you right now. And I was like, and I did it. Do you know when you were a kid and your mum and dad say past these comments, you go, I'd never say that, and I did it. I did.
What did you do?
If she told you to jump off a cliff, would you?
Oh,
classic one. And she was like, no. I was like, right. So, I was like, absolutely not. And then I still said to her, because she was really upset, and I was like, that is not okay. And I basically said to her, I was like, right, I said, so where's this other one? She said, well, obviously I gave it to this other girl. And I was like, right. And I thought, well, I can't do anything about that part of it, but what I can do is make you, so I said to her, I was like, right, you ain't having yours. You know, you did really well in winning that quiz, and now because you've done this, you've lost that. I was like, because you would take that back to school on Monday, and you would give it back to your teacher, and you apologise for what you've done.
Good for you.
I'm not having it. And
Good.
and I messaged the teacher, and I kind of said it, and I messaged the teacher. I was like, I'm sorry to bother you, but I'm just gonna just to let you know, this is what's happened today. I'm absolutely furious with her that she's done that, and also that she's listened to somebody else, man. Like, you have your own, and I do try to drill this into her.
She's in that age though, isn't she?
She's
she is
6.
going to be, what's the word, like...
Influenced.
Yeah.
And I do try to drill it into her, because I said to her, I was like, okay, yes, it was wrong for that girl to tell you to do that. However, you have a choice.
Good for you,
and you could have chosen to say, no, I'm not going to do that because that might get me into trouble. So regardless of her putting that into your head, this was on you, hon. So I messaged the teacher, told her what had gone on, and was like, I've had, very firm words with her. And I just said, like, I've told her she's not to keep her. She will bring it back into school. And she's got to apologise. And the teacher said, you know what, like, I really appreciate you messaging to tell me this. And thank you for actually dealing with it in an appropriate manner. Because to be fair, and then I was a bit like, don't tap myself on the back.
Good for you.
But that's one thing that I actually also took from, like, do you know when I did that parenting course, and they said, obviously, when you discipline your children, they sort of say to make it relevant to whatever they've done.
Yeah.
So I've really took from that, because obviously normally if it was something like this, I might have been like, you're not having it, and you're not having your tablet for the weekend or something, but that tablet's not relevant to this stupid squishy thing that she's nicked. But she's mortified that she's got to go into school. But I think, no, you feel the embarrassment.
Yeah,
feel
100%.
It,
I
because
think
maybe you might learn from it.
If your child, whether they're 6 or 16, if they have stolen something and you know about it, it's not okay.
Nah.
You don't back them up, and you don't fucking lie for them.
No.
Because then when they're older, they're going to think if they get themselves in shit that they've made a choice, you're going to be there to back them up.
Yeah,
I don't care if you fucked up, that's fine. If you're going to tell me about it, it's okay to make mistakes. That's okay.
Absolutely.
But for me to then go and lie for my child, I will not do that. That is not happening.
Well, it's like a teacher even said, I really appreciate that you've done this. She said, because a lot of parents would just laugh it off and not say anything. I thought, no, because to me, and I know it might seem minor because it's just, a squishy thing that's probably cost 50p.
It's the principle.
Yes, absolutely. Like, stealing is stealing. I don't give a shit how small or big
50p, 50 quid. Don't steal nothing. I don't care what it is.
Because I also think with kids, like, if I condole that now, it only then progresses, doesn't it? So then, she might nick something that's equivalent to a pound, and then by the time she's a teenager, she's trying to rob shops and that, and I'm like, I'm not having it.
We're going to reel that. We're going to stop that before it starts. 100%.
I did say to her as well, because she was upset, and I said, look, it's done now. We've dealt with it. Thank you for telling me. Because I like to feel like she feels like she can tell me things. And I said, look, we're only human. All humans make mistakes.
Yeah.
But what is important, if you have made a mistake, is that you do the right thing afterwards.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? So I hope that I don't think she'll dare nick anything again.
I don't think you could have gone about that in a better way, to be honest. And I think it's all about, as well, earning trust with your child. So it's like, absolutely. As your mom, I'm going to teach you to do the right thing, because like we said before, they might get older, start and steal things, and it's like, well, if my mum ain't going to do it, my mum will back me up. No, I fucking won't. I'm backing you up.
Absolutely no chance.
Not a prayer. Like, you're going to go and deal with that.
Isn't it? Like, I can remember, do you know when I was a kid, it was like this one school, and it was like Easter, and you have to like paint an egg or whatever. So I'd painted this egg, and it was on this paper, and because the paint had spit on it, I had my name on this paper. So as we took the eggs home, I was walking back to the childminders, and this lad who was going to the childminders as well was like, oh, let's egg this ass. And we was like, yeah, I thought it was dead funny. I must have been about I probably must have been about 8 or something like that. And we egged it. And obviously, me being the stupid twat I am, obviously it had my name on it. So they've gone to the school and said, this kid's egged my conservatory that we've just had built. So they were fuming. But my head teacher didn't tell my parents.
Why?
Because she said, I'm going to let you tell your parents. I thought, well, you're a fucking mug. You really think I'm going to tell my mum and dad that? My mum and dad will fucking it'll give me the right biggest bollocking. But I didn't tell them that. I didn't tell my mum and dad about that till I was about in my 20s.
Mate, I had this thing. I've got like word vomit, right? So if I fuck up, I am straight to tell someone.
Yeah.
I have to tell someone because it's like this guilty conscience.
Yeah.
So I tried a fag when I was 12.
Yeah.
Right. And I remember being at camping with my mum. Mum had took me camping and I said, Mum, I've got something to tell you. She was like, what? I was like, I've tried a fag. And her face, and I'll never forget it, but she didn't shout at me.
Yeah.
This was the very first time I had to tell my mum I'd done something like bad.
Yeah.
And I'll always learn from this parenting because my mum said to me, because I was fucking shit scared of my dad as a kid. My dad was the punisher, but he took it too fucking far. Like, I couldn't do it, and he'd be like, right, you're grounded for 6 weeks, you got no laptop, no phone, no TV. And all it made me do was go behind his back. Do you know what I mean? Like, bless him. He only did what he knew to do, but it just made me fucking despise him.
Yeah.
I'd be like, right, I'm not fucking telling you, man.
Yeah.
Just do it when you're not there, but my mum was very like, right, I'm not going to tell you off this time and I'm not going to tell your dad. But if I ever find out that you do this again, I'm telling your dad, you're having no phone. Thank you for telling me. And then she started talking to me about, you know, if you start smoking, it can do this to you. Like the dangers of smoking, the costs of smoking. Like, and then she started educating me on why I shouldn't. I knew not to smoke. My granddad had cancer, for God's sake, and he passed away. Like, I'd had first-hand experience of smoking and lung cancer. Like, I knew what it could do. But I was just being a bit of a rebel. But I'll always learn that if Arabella or Indy does something that I need to... that's bad... The first time we all make mistakes. The second time you're in deep shit. But the first time I'm going to teach you why you shouldn't do that shit again. It's like drugs, right? I've never done a pill in my life. Never done a pill in my life. My mum scared me to death when I was 13. She sat down and there's a story. Is it Leah Betts, that young girl that passed away? She took a pill years ago. Her parents put images on of her basically in hospital on a deathbed on billboards and things to show people what can happen. My mum showed me that at 13 and said, if you take a pill, this can be you. You don't know what's in it.
Go on, Kel.
I have never, I'm nearly 30. I have never, ever touched, gone near a pill in my whole entire life. I will not,
Isn't
never.
it funny with things like that? Because my dad did something like that. Nothing to do with drugs. It was to do with brushing my teeth. Because when I was little, and I must have been about little Lynn's age, and I just never wanted to brush my teeth. And I honestly, I kid you not, I went to every level to make it look like I had brushed my teeth. Almost that it would almost take me longer than even brushing my actual teeth. Like, I like this, my dad would say, have you brushed your teeth? I'd say, yeah. He'd say, come here, let me look at your teeth. You haven't, go get them brushed. And I thought, oh, right, okay. Then next time it was like, have you brushed your teeth? And I'd be like, yeah. And I'd maybe like dry the front bit of it. Ridiculous. Like, I look back now and I think, you absolute tramp. And he'd be like, let me smell your breath. And I used to think, oh, yeah, now he's on it, this one is. So then the next time I thought, I'm going to put a bit of toothpaste in my mouth because then it will smell. And he'll say, you haven't brushed. He said, go get your toothbrush. And I'm like, what? Your toothbrush is dry. And then I used to wet my toothbrush, put toothpaste in my mouth, put toothpaste on the toothbrush, and I thought, he's never going to know. He's never going to find out now. And he's like, you haven't brushed your teeth. And he used to go mad at me for it. And then one day I got home and he's like, I tell you what then, Sam, because I think he was like pissed off with me trying to like find every kind of possibility to make him think that I'd done it, but I actually hadn't. He says, he said, let me just show you something. Let me show you what happens if you don't brush your teeth. And I mate, this was like extreme. Like people have got black and mouldy teeth and the teeth falling out and like, there's obviously people with diseases and it was horrific. And I cried my eyes out. I went up and brushed my teeth and I have Never missed a day of brushing my teeth since.
And it's not about the scare factor.
Oh no, that was scare factor for me.
But do you know what I mean? It's about that's a real person.
Yeah, that
could
real.
happen. So I think in order to get your children to make the right choices, it's not about going, you need to do this, you need to do that. Because they think, fuck off. Even though that you're their parent, they're gonna think, fuck off. Why should I listen to you? You don't know what you're fucking talking about.
Yeah.
Because even though we feel so close to our kids, when they grow up, they almost feel so distant. They see us as aliens.
Yeah.
They don't think, I was you once, like, and I think the older you get, the more you realise, like, your parents are human beings, but as a kid, it's like teachers.
Yeah.
You don't think teachers are real people. Like, if you see a teacher outside of a school,
think,
it's
oh my
like,
God.
oh my God, you what are you doing in a shop? What are you doing in
normal
Sainsbury's? Do
Oh
you
my
know
God,
what I
the
mean?
teacher's got a tracksuit on.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's all about, when your kids are getting older, educating them on why they should make these decisions, because ultimately you are your own person, and I can only guide you and teach you, and I'm not perfect.
No,
you need to
absolutely
know
not,
how to make the right choices in
Yeah.
life, and if you don't, this is what this and this are going to be the implications. And I think it's like you did, drilling in implications and consequences from a young age. Like, I'll be there for you and I'll stand next to you while you hand yourself in.
Yeah,
but I ain't backing you up.
No.
You this is what happens.
Yeah.
And I think everybody has a different perception on what it is to be a good parent, but personally, I think that is one of the best ways to be a parent.
I think so. Like you say, and I think as well is like how you were saying of like when you try to fag and of how your mum reacted. I think your reaction to things, because
stick forever.
But also of like your mum's reaction of that, and like with little Lynn, I didn't shout at her for it. I said to her, that's wrong. But I think because I was quite calm with it, and I felt like I handled it in the right direction, I feel like I would like to think that she will still feel like she can talk to me, like
in the future.
Because I think if you tell your parents something when you've done something wrong, and you get and they're like giving you a right bollocking, you ain't going to want to tell them something. If you've done something wrong again, you ain't going to want to tell them,
and it's not teaching you anything, so you're only going to go and do it again, but you just make sure next time you don't let them find out.
Yeah, literally.
Because it's like, oh shit, they're going to take my phone off me. Not, oh shit, I'm going to get black curly teeth. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what my mum did once when we were kids? It's a bit off topic, but it's like of consequences or what have you. She used to go mad at me and my sister. We used to have to share a bedroom, and our room was always a shithole. And then she used to go mad at us because we used to have this puffer a foot puffer in the living room, and we'd put like a straighteners and hairdryer on it and that. And she'd say, I'm sick to death. Next time I see them left on there, I'm throwing them outside.
I do that in this house. I do that.
I got home from school one day. I'm like, where's my hairdryer? Where's my straighteners? Where have they been moved? Oh, mate, there was outside on the garden.
Mate, I do that. If I see them fucking
raging.
trainers on there again, next time you come, they're going to be outside.
You bitch.
I do.
You
I
bitch.
do that. I do that in this house because it does my head in.
But
I'm like, if I
do it
see
as
that again,
well.
I'm binning it. If that's there again, you'll find it in the bin. If you don't put that away, I'm throwing it. I'm so bad
I've
for
started
that.
doing that with my little one, like, because again, her room's a shithole all the time. Like, she hasn't got a very big bedroom, so it doesn't take much for it to get a mess. But sometimes it's bits of crap. I'm like, you either tidy your bedroom, because if I come in here and it's all over the floor, I'm putting it in the bin.
Yeah, gotta be done.
Got to be done.
It's been a stressful week for us, hasn't it?
It's great.
Being a mom and going through all this.
Oh, it's great.
But we've got some dilemmas for next time that
Yes.
people have sent us in.
Yes, yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to talking to you about
Yeah.
them. One of them, I'm really interested to get your opinion on, actually.
Yeah.
Because I've not been through it yet, but yeah, looking forward to
Yeah,
that.
we'll have a look at that on the next one. Obviously, we haven't got much more time.
And we'll have an update
For
on the
today.
titration periods, see how we're
Yes.
getting on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank
Wicked.
you everybody for listening. Please like and subscribe and ensure that you put your notifications on, because every Wednesday at 8 p.m.
Yes.
we have new episodes uploaded on Spotify and YouTube.
And please, if you are also going through the experience, if you're medicated or non-medicated, or just send us your experience in, because we want to talk about and create that community. So yeah, we always like to hear from people. But yeah, like, share, and follow us on Instagram, YouTube,
Everything
Spotify.
else, yeah.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Slay.
Slay.